Welcome back to Mental Health Hookup with Barbara Wilson. I'm Jason Downs, your host. So glad you've joined us. Mental Health Hookup is a nonprofit and is dedicated to providing clinical support to families affected by serious mental illness in Santa Clarita and beyond. So whatever your mental health services, they can provide, or they will hook you up with someone who can. They should be your first and last stop for mental health in Santa Clarita. So if you or a member of your family or anyone you know is suffering from mental illness, reach out, make an appointment today at mentalhealthhookup.org or by calling 661-799-7994 to speak to a live agent 24 hours a day and make an appointment with Barbara. Barbara is with us once again. She has a Master of Social Work and has worked as a licensed clinical therapist in the state of California for over 50 years. Today we're celebrating women because it's Women's History Month, and we just want to support, validate our women and praise them and raise them up as much as we can today and always. And as always, if you want to speak to Barbara, we've got another 5 to 10 minutes here, 661-298-5487. I want to talk about, and again, we don't want to necessarily push therapy, like you said. We're not trying to do that, but I'm certainly a fan. You're certainly a fan. You've had 50 years of experience of seeing the benefits. And you even mentioned earlier in the program that if it were a product on the shelf that people could just simply buy without any stigma, it would be a bestseller because it does work. It does work. And that has certainly been my experience. So what happens when people don't treat these things? A woman is going through some of the issues we've talked about today, whether it's depression, whether it's any number of things. What happens? What happens if you don't treat these disorders that are absolutely curable?
The word that comes to my mind is festering. I used to have a colleague; she called it gunny sacking, but it's that process where people don't speak their truth. They just kind of stuff it and stuff it and stuff it. And then, the person that they're stuffing it about, like their spouse, for example, I'll call it a husband. That's just a generic term. Especially in this day and time, people may not even ever get married, but the person that is the object of their most intimate relationship with, what tends to happen is after all that stuffing, the partner says something, I call it pass the pepper, and pow, an explosion.
The most benign thing can just
it makes totally out of proportion to what happened. Sure. And what happens in that interaction? The man goes, women, they don't make any sense. So that's how that interaction plays out. And does that resolve anything? No. Part of the process of therapy is to help people identify what their issues are, and as we say to the children, use your words. So when you don't use your words, or when there's a disconnect between what you're thinking and what your gut is telling you, you're not able to use your words because you might be in a state of confusion, like, I think this is what's happening, but I really don't know if this is what's happening, and I don't have anywhere to process what I'm seeing and feeling, and so this state of confusion just kind of perpetuates a level of what we call an unstable stability. So the marriage may continue, but with a relatively undercurrent of dissatisfaction. And you never know where that can take you,
So what I hear you saying is that, I mean, obviously there are some mental issues that would require a medication.
Yes.
But by and large, just speaking your truth, speaking
powerful,
giving voice to these things,
it's very powerful.
Is the first and foremost powerful tool.
And even I have helped people come to their own conclusion about whether to try medication. Because people typically don't walk in the door saying, give me medication. If anything, it's kind of like the opposite. We wish they would take medication. And just an aside, I've never understood the people that say, I don't want to take medication, but I'm happy to take something that somebody cooked up in their bathtub and that I can get a buzz on. That never has made any sense to me. But, at least the legal medication is kind of, consistently produced. I'll just throw that out as my own personal bias of if you're going to put something in your body, it would be nice if it's approved by some kind of agent. Regulated, yes. There you go. But, it's really important. I have little tests that I've given people. I do a lot of homework because we don't plan to be in each other's lives forever. So, I want them to start from the very beginning. I give people tools that are portable, that they can use no matter where they are, whether I'm around or if I'm not around. So we can give them little tests. I give a little test and say, you can see for yourself. Try this. Come back next week and let me know, did you get out of bed? If you were an avid runner and now you never have the energy to run, because a lot of times depression presents as I'm just tired. People don't walk in the door saying, I'm depressed. But they'll often walk in the door saying, I'm so tired. I'm tired all the time. And then when I ask them, well, what's going on in your life? Oh, well, I'm sleep deprived and I'm up with the baby all night long. Okay, I understand why you're tired. But if your answer is, I don't know why I'm tired. I don't really do anything all day and I'm still tired. Well, I'm going to suspect that maybe you might be a little bit depressed. So, it's never one thing. It's always the total package.
So, I mean, when we talk about this idea of just speaking about these things and having such power from even just speaking them, right? What do you think is the, I guess, main factor that prevents us from speaking our truth? I mean, there's fear. Anxiety around. Okay,
there's
sure.
There's fear. There's also has been lack of access. That is one of the things that has changed within the law. Now, health insurance companies must cover mental health at the same cost the same copay that they charge for any other illness. That's a big game changer right there. The word for that is parity. We still don't have it enacted, but the legislation is there. So, but the number one problem for people accessing therapy is stigma. Their belief system, like, that means I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. Well, getting therapy doesn't mean that you're crazy. It just means that you have a safe place to talk.
Which is the perfect time to bring up your event on May 14th to close things out. Stop the stigma.
Stop the stigma.
Stop the stigma. May 14th. It's at the Bridgeport Park?
The Bridgeport Marketplace Park.
Okay. 10 a.m.
10 a.m. Bring your dog. Bring your kids.
Vendors.
We'll have vendors. We'll have face painting. We'll have fun.
And Barbara's offices are located on Torney Road, so please feel free to call her. There's a live agent 24 hours a day, 661-799-7994. That's 661-799-7994 to reach Barbara. As always, we'd like to thank the amazing staff here at KHTS, the owners, Jerry and Carl, for their support of this program. Our fantastic engineer, Patty St. Patrick Oswika. And of course, a pleasure to have you here on Mental Health Hookup. I'm Jason Downs. We're with Barbara Wilson. You're listening to KHTS. Until next time, stay safe, stay informed, and stay optimistic.